Welcome to this week's episode of Liberty Lockdown, and it is indeed this week Father's Day, so get your fists up because this is Ready to Fight. Yeah, happy Father's Day. We've got our usual 3 segments today of door-to-door, head-to-head. We've got a challenge where I battle it out with Joel, and then we'll have our message on the move. So let's see who we've got for door-to-door, head-to-head. So we're here to play door-to-door, head-to-head, and we're at the food bank room. So who could it be? Ooh! It's Ali! So we're playing here with Ali. She is the food bank manager. Say hi, Ali.
Hello.
So, are you ready to play head to head?
Yeah.
And we're back here for door to door, head to head with obviously the reigning champions. Dave, say hello, Dave.
Hello,
Dave. And say hello, Dara.
Hello.
Hello. Let's play door to door, head to head. Who currently holds the WBC heavyweight boxing belt? Is it Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua?
Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury.
What year was the Battle of Trafalgar? 1705 or 1805?
1705.
1805.
In the famous The Matrix fight scene, who did Neo fight? Was it Mr. Smith or Mr. Jones?
Smith.
Mr. Smith.
Christina Aguilera's song Fighter was released in 2002 or 2012?
2012.
2012.
Incorrect. Who starred in the movie Fight Club? Was it Brad Pitt or George Clooney?
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
How old is the ex-heavyweight champion Mike Tyson? Is he 48 years old or 53 years old?
53.
53.
The famous Star Wars fight scene with Vader. What colour was Obi-Wan Kenobi's lightsaber? Was it green or was it blue?
Blue.
Blue.
When did the First World War end? Was it 1918 or 1919?
1918.
1918.
Who played Clubber Lang in Rocky 3? Was it Mr. T or was it Carl Weathers?
Mr. T.
Mr. T.
Chess is a game that models warfare. Which player goes first, black or white?
Black.
Black.
Due to COVID, UFC opened a fight island. Where is it? Is it in Dubai or Abu Dhabi?
Dubai.
Dubai.
Who originally sung a fight song? Was it Rachel Platten or Katy Perry?
Katy Perry.
Katy Perry.
What fighter jets were used in the new Top Gun movie? Was it the Tomcat or the Super Hornet?
Tomcat.
Tomcat.
What is the real first name of the famous wrestler Hulk Hogan? Is it Terry or Francis?
Terry.
Francis.
In the sword fighting sport of fencing, how many points to win? Is it 9 or 15?
15.
15.
Let's count up the scores! Well, that one was right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9! And I mean 9 this week. Let's count up the scores! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9! It's a draw! So it is 9 apiece, which means we're going to have to replay this round next week. Ali versus Dave and Tara. That was door to door, head to head. So this is the Liberty Lockdown Challenge, and it is ready to fight. Now me and Joel are going to battle it out to the death. Me and Joel are going to fight it out on 3 ready to fight battles and see who comes out on top. So let's play round number 1. It's called firing range. And we have to knock down as many cups as possible. The little cups are worth 10 points. The big cups are worth 1 point, which means we've got a potential of 100 points to get.
Really?
I need 1 more cup. A potential of 99 points to win, and the weapon of choice for this one. 3, 2, 1. scores 12. 3, 2, 1. Right, Joel.
1, 10, 11. That's all. 11.
Just 11. I lose round 1.
Yeah! You lose. You loser.
So round 2, this one is called the gauntlet. We start on this line here. We have to run to the other side of the room. We have to collect one of these balls and we place them in the tray. We got to get 10 balls in. Whilst that's happening, the opponent is going to be shooting from over here with a range of weapons. This massive one with 4 big bullets in it. These ones all count as 1 point each if we get hit with these, but these ones count as 5 points.
You said 10.
Okay, there'll be 10. And the idea of the game is to dodge as many bullets as possible, and let's see how many times we can hit him. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go! And jam! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're not working. 7, 8, 9. Yeah! Boom. 29 points.
3, 2, 1. You put it upside down.
I didn't make that one. Oh! Fine. Only 5. Yeah.
They all jammed on the first shot.
And so to the final round, because it is 1 each, we're playing the last one, which is called Duel. 2, 1, go. Oh. How much I'm sweating? How much I'm sweating? Are you sweating?
No, not really.
Daddy wins. And so now it's time for Message on the Move. We are week 4 into this series called Ready, and this week is Ready to Fight. Now, a couple of years ago, my sister started to do a self-defense class, and she asked me, Phil, would you come along with me because I need a body to beat up? And so I said, okay, fine. And then after a few weeks, she said, Phil, why don't you go against the instructor? And he was a smaller guy than me, but he was highly skilled. And so I said, no, okay. And so we started to fight, and he started on the floor, on his back. And I was like, what? To me, he was in a vulnerable and weak position. And so I immediately jumped on him and used my brute strength and pinned him to the ground. I used my body weight to pin him because I was a bigger guy, and I felt like a giant trying to crush him. And I thought, I am good at this. But what I didn't realise is that he was allowing me to get into a position that he wanted me in so he could throw up a leg triangle and choke me out around my throat. He squeezed me until I pretty much passed out. Yeah, this dude was a jiu-jitsu specialist. This is how he fights his battles, on the ground, trying to submit people. And I was like, this was cool, and I want to learn how to do it. And so I joined his MMA club, and I loved it. And the first session I went along to was a grappling night, and that was really my style. You know, I've got a rugby background and I am a big lump, and I was able to throw many guys around pretty easily, and I was like, whoop, I am good at this. But I quickly understood this is how I like to fight my battles. I like to wrestle. Then the next night I went to was a striking night where we punch and kick, and all of a sudden I was in deep water and didn't know how to swim. You know, I'd never thrown a punch in my life. And the same dude I was throwing around the night before all of a sudden had a smile on his face, because this is how he liked to fight his battles. You know, the long and the short of it is there are different ways to fight. And my point today is we all have our own way of fighting. The way in which we deal the battles in our world, be they relational or work problems or finance, health, conflict, whatever. We all have our go-to methods for fighting, how we fight. And there's countless examples in the Old Testament of God instructing people to fight or go to battle in different weird ways that often didn't make sense at all, and yet they all work. Then Jesus rolls up and tells us how to live life his way. He says that someone punches you in the face, turn to them the other cheek too. And maybe you're like, what? Because some people think that's cowardly and we should fight back. Think, what a weakling. But I say it takes someone of greater strength to do that. Can I tell you, if I punch someone in the face and they smile and say, go on, have another go on the other side, I don't think they're a weakling. I'd think, oh no. You know, that's not a weakness, that's meekness. Having incredible strength and power, but the ability to be restrained. Just like Jesus, he had all the power to lay down the smackdown, to throw the people's elbow, yet his finishing move was surrender, was sacrifice. The way he chose to fight the battle for humanity surprised everyone. Are you ready to fight? The real question really is, how are you going to fight? How are you going to choose to fight your battles? Will you choose to fight your battles in life in a different way? Instead of fists up in defense, maybe arms up in surrender. Instead of shouting to be heard, perhaps lifting your voice in praise. Instead of throwing your hands out to hit, put hands out in friendship. And instead of fighting on your feet, trying to put yourself on top, start humbly on the floor, on your knees, in a seemingly vulnerable and weak position. And maybe, just like my jiu-jitsu instructor, from that position you can throw up a leg triangle and choke out the giant that's trying to crush you. How will you fight your battle? And are you ready to fight? Well, that's it for today. So if you're watching us on Facebook, please go over to YouTube and subscribe and click on the notifications bell so you can be notified every time we have a new video uploaded. We shall see you guys next week.